sweet mother, send your child unto me, for the sins of the unworthy must be baptized in blood and fear.
The Dark Brotherhood is a renowned and infamous faction of assassins that spread across all of Tamriel. Feared across Tamriel, people knew of its existence but chose to tolerate it in fear of meeting their own demise. The Dark Brotherhood was founded in the Second Era that originally sprung from a religious order called the Morag Tong, who worshipped the Daedric prince Mephala, who encouraged the Morag Tong to commit ritual murders. At this time there was a lack of leader, but that soon changed with the coming of the Night Mother. The Night Mother was the supposed lover and partner of Sithis. It was widely believed that the Night Mother was the source dictating how the Morag Tong and eventually the Dark Brotherhood worked. Some also believe that the Night Mother was the Daedric prince Mephala in the form of a mortal Dunmer woman. Sometime after 4E 324, the last living Night Mother resided in Breville Cyrodiil. The Night Mother had 5 children with Sithis, who she then killed so that her soul could go to the dreaded father. The act was considered cruel, of course, so she was killed and her house was burned. 30 years later, an unnamed man heard the voices of the Night Mother, and he became the first of many listeners. During the events of Warp in the West in the Third Era, the Dark Brotherhood was active across Tamriel, but their existence was widely ignored. During this time, the Dark Brotherhood worshipped the Daedric prince Mephala as their leader instead of Sithis. During the late Third Era, the Morrowind Dark Brotherhood HQ was located not far from the city of Mournhold. The local leader was an imperial woman named Severa Mangai, who called herself the Night Mother. During the Oblivion Crisis, the Dark Brotherhood was infamous and very well known throughout Tamriel. During the time, the Listener, who was the highest ranking member of the Dark Brotherhood aside from the Night Mother herself, was Ungolum, a wood elf who lived in Breville. The Listener heard the words of the Night Mother, and from her lips the Listener received assassination requests in the form of prayers by potential employers, marking how the contracts were infiltrated and fulfilled. Since the Oblivion Crisis, the Brotherhood had been fighting for survival. They had pretty much lost all influence within Tamriel and had resorted to doing petty murders within Skyrim. In 4E 188, a threatening situation grew in Breville. The city had erupted in violence due to a war of control waged by Cyrodiil's 2 largest skooma traffickers. The statue of Lucky Old Lady was destroyed, and Alysanne Dupre, the Listener, left her private residence to guard the Night Brothers' crypt. Tasha, the Speaker, sent Garnag and Adronika to aid the crypt's defense, but Garnag returned home with the coffin of the Night Mother. The crypt had been raided with Adronika cut into pieces and Alysanne burned alive. In 4E 189, Rasha declared himself Listener, claiming the Night Brother had spoken to him. He could not name the binding words, so Cicero killed him. There were only 3 people left in the Shandinal sanctuary, Cicero, Garnag, and Pontius, but in 4E 191, Pontius and Garnag were both killed. At the beginning of the Dragon Crisis in 4E 201, the Dark Brotherhood was led by Astrid. Under her leadership, the 5 tenets were discarded, breaking with the traditions and cultures of the previous 2 eras, when the Dark Brotherhood was operated as well as a cult than a business. The Night Mother's coffin traveled with its keeper, Cicero, and if you traveled to Laura's farm, you can see Cicero with a broken wagon. You can meet Cicero and fix the wagon, thus the Dragonborn has secretly become known to the Brotherhood. I'm going to end this video right here because why hear about it when you can play it in Skyrim? Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.